action with you, Evan McPherson, getting this one started. And we are underway at Paycor Stadium. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Jacksonville offense ready to go to work for the first time. And taking the snaps, quarterback now in his third year in the league.
In last week's game, the opponent just really neutralized him and, frankly, this entire passing game. Nobody was open. When they were, he missed some throws. Offensive line had some protection issues. It just overall was a poor performance. So they understand if they're going to come into today's game and have some success, they've got to find a way to get some experience.
In trouble, and down he goes.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll get this one to his safety valve. Complete. It's a pickup of 13 yards. That's good for a Jaguar. First down. Handoff here, up the middle. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty. That's on the tackle, Anton Harrison. Now, faking the give. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd down and 20.
Now, this looks like a design run.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Rolling to the left. He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll be stopped here, short of the first down marker. Penalty flag is out as well. On now for 4th down, Trenton Gill will punt it away. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Cincinnati offense set to take over for the first time. They are led out by a man who's done this now for a long time. Their veteran quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success. We know from talking to these coaches this week, Mike, that they think they got themselves a steal. They got this young rookie maybe a little later in the draft than a lot of people expected. And I'll tell you what, they're not complaining. They think they've got themselves a starter and a star for a long time.
And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
Makes it 3rd and 7.
Bateman is the motion man. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. That ball caught by Polk. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. But Jaguars offense going to take over now for the 2nd time. Greg, they say flush a game after you lose, right? But when you built up all year for the opener and you get blown out, is it even harder to flush for players?
Well, certainly that's the question, Mike. And regardless of how much the coach stands up there and you try to say, hey, it's a new week, we've got to move forward. And certainly that's the case in the NFL. If you let bad losses linger, you're going to find yourself in a bigger hole. So the problem is when you spend all week and you spend all season saying, okay, this is week 1, we're going to get off to a great start, and you lay an egg and you're non-competitive, the last thing you want in the NFL, Mike, is for doubt to set in. So we're going to find out pretty quickly here in this one. Was last week just 1 out of 17, and they're going to move on, or is this going to be signs of things to come as the rest of this season unfolds?
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Jaguars first down.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping.
The Bengals offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. Greg, it's one of those weird feelings you build all year for the opener. And you play a tight game and lose. It kind of changes the feeling coming into this week a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly does, and if you're not careful, what's that cardinal rule? You don't want one loss to turn into 2, one bad play to turn into 2. The best teams in this league, Mike, they have an uncanny ability that regardless, good or bad, blowout or close one from the previous week before, it doesn't lead into the next week's work and ultimately the next week's game. So we'll find out, were they able to learn from the good, and there certainly was a lot of it, but can they move forward today and not let the disappointment of last week trickle into today?
Brings up 3rd and 5.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Up the middle they go. Strong running there. Inside the 30. On the move with a gain of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 1. The tight end going in motion to the left. He'll look to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter.
Bengals first down.
It's Bengals football here to begin the second quarter. We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. Now it's 2nd and 1. He'll drop to throw. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Algier. And he's going to have a Bengals first down. They get 4 on that 4th and inches.
That's another Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He'll look underneath here for Brooks. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 6-yard line.
A carry now for Brooks. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down.
2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Todd Brooks. Touchdown, Cincinnati. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Jaguars offense ready to take over once again. Greg, when you look at the AFC South, there's an appreciation for what the Houston Texans have done. A couple of different quarterbacks, a couple of different head coaches. They've really been the team over the last several years that has been the team to beat in this division. And for the others, there's been moments. The question is, what pieces can they put together to try and knock Houston off the top?
Yeah, and you know, nobody wants to be in a league, right, Mike? Your coach got fired probably for a reason. You're drafted at the top of the draft order for a reason. Typically means things didn't go great. But if you're going to rebuild, I'll tell you, you want to do it in a division where there's a lot of wins on your schedule, and that's certainly the AFC South over the last couple of years. So as bad as things feel if you're Jacksonville and Tennessee, the fact that there's not a big dog in your division, your ability to find yourself climbing up the ladder is not as far as away as it might seem in the moment.
And Greg, I've heard you say a bunch of times, if you have a quarterback, you have a chance. Well, both of the teams at the bottom of the division last year, Jacksonville and Tennessee, they've got #1 overall picks as their quarterbacks. One who's been around for a bit in Trevor Lawrence and one who's recently been drafted in Cam Ward. They have to be #1 overall pick performers for these teams to come challenge at the top.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And with Trevor Lawrence, Mike, we've seen him play top-tier #1 overall, got a big new contract. I mean, we've seen him play franchise quarterback level ball. It just hasn't been frequent enough. And then, of course, in Tennessee with Cam Ward, we're not sure what it's going to look like, but we knew in college he was incredible. So if they get the Cam Ward we saw last year at Miami, if he brings that culture-changing presence on and off the field in that locker room to Tennessee, I wouldn't be surprised to see Jacksonville and Tennessee higher up that list.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Back to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage here on 3rd down. They took away all of the outlets the quarterback had. Really left them with no opportunity other than to just throw that ball away. It's going to bring up 4th down.
And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense ready to get back at it. Greg, when you step back and look at this AFC North, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, their rivalry now really for a couple of decades has in so many ways defined this division, and they set the tone for everything that happens when you are in an AFC North game.
And you talk about divisions having identities, they have their culture. Really at the top, Baltimore and Pittsburgh kind of want to play a similar style game, strong on defense, great run game. Obviously, Baltimore adds the extra element with Lamar Jackson. To me, the fascinating team, though, is what kind of jump can we expect, Mike, from the Cincinnati Bengals?
I agree with you, because if you think about the toughness and the physicality, Cincinnati can put up points in an electrifying fashion, and even the one year Cleveland was up near the top of the division, they did that as well. But you come back to that defensive side of the ball, and when I look at these teams, Greg, I just think, man, these are defenses that can stop anybody in the league, and that's where you've got to invest in this division.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so fascinating about Cincinnati is they're kind of the outlier. They're the pass-heavy, they're the spread attack, they've got unbelievable weapons on the outside, obviously Joe Burrow, a quarterback. But it was the defense, and you said it, their inability to be as good on the defensive side of the ball as Baltimore, as Pittsburgh, traditionally, but especially last year, is really what allowed them to be the odd man looking in when they missed the playoffs. So I think if Cincinnati can just improve a little bit on defense, they have the offense to now enter and make it a 3-man race in the AFC North.
He'll go right back to Polk. Again, it's complete. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
13 yards on the play. That's good.
Back to the air one more time. That's complete to all the tight end.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. That one finds Chase. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd. They they stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. One of the tight ends motions right. We'll try and run here with Miller. And he's going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards. Able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
So, Mike, it's actually funny to say, but these are actually the kind of offensive possessions that defenses want you to have, right? So the idea on defense is make them snap it again, make them go the long way. So at some point, when they continue to get fresh sets of downs, expect them to try to get a big play, try to generate a chunk, and try to move the ball down the field at a quicker pace.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? That is going to be called in. He's got it. Jalen Holt. Touchdown, Bengals. That's his first touchdown of the new year.
You hear coaches, you hear commentators, everybody talks about that middle four, Mike, the final 2 minutes of the 2nd quarter and the first 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Here they are now. They go down and they steal a late touchdown to end the half. Remember, they're going to get the ball first coming out of the break.
McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals move out on top, 14-0.
Jaguars nothing.
7 seconds, all that remains, till halftime. And the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's taken down, but just shy of midfield. To the air now on 1st and 10. That's the purple corner, J.C. Horn. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final play here in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen and our great crew here in the Orlando studios set for an abridged version of the halftime report. This game, to this point, a little slow to begin with, but in the 2nd quarter, the offenses started finding their way. We hope we're set for a great second half, so let's get back out to the stadium and rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you very much. We welcome you back on EA Sports for quarter number 3. Now, here comes a return from the 9. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. There's Zach Taylor as his Bengals make their way back onto the field. Well, Greg, it will be a very busy stretch for the passports. A lot of international games to look forward to. 7 in all outside the U.S. Chiefs and Chargers last week in Sao Paulo. Great ones to follow. Vikings and Steelers in Dublin. Vikings in London playing the Browns the very next week. Broncos and Jets. Rams and Jags. They'll also play in London week 6 and 7. Falcons and the Colts are going to be in Germany in week 10. And then the Commanders and Dolphins wrap up the international slate. That's in Madrid week 11. Greg, this has been such an additive part to the NFL season, all of these international games.
Yeah, I can tell you, Mike, having played one of the international games towards the end of my career in London, when I played for Carolina, it's a great experience. It's fun for the players, it's fun for the coaches, it's fun for the fans and the families. So I expect this slate to continue to expand. There's so many fun international cities around the world that love NFL football.
And from what you hear, there's more to come. We could be at the point someday, very soon, where every team plays one game outside of the U.S. in each regular season. And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down.
Second and 6.
Throw left side, taken in by Pope.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll empty out the backfield, line up for 3rd and 3. Back to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Antonio Johnson.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. And you're not going to get away with it at this level.
The Jags offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. Well, Greg, as the season starts, really the season never ends. Think back to the schedule release, the draft has become this multi-day huge event. Green Bay crushed it with all the folks around the stadium in Lambeau, and some big names will be tied to that draft forever. A couple of the rookies that you've watched that are just sticking out in your mind, interested to see how they fit in the league as this season gets going.
You know, obviously so much attention around the quarterback.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Shotgun snap as they'll throw it.
I've been in enough locker rooms in my day, Mike, and pretty much all of the messages are the same. We want to start the second half fast. We want to take the fight to our opponent. Well, snapping the ball inside your own 5-yard line after that sack, I promise you, was not part of the speech. And if they're not careful, they're on the verge of surrendering 2 points here.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. This fielded inside the 35. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Bengals offense ready for this next possession. You know, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on 4th down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball to 20. There wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball to 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Todd Brooks, touchdown Cincinnati. He had the touchdown catch earlier, and this time he takes it in on the ground. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll step up and run, and he'll give himself up here, but it's a gain of 5 on 1st down. From 31, here's 2nd down and 4. They'll look to set up the screen here. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
It's 4th down.
So we see this more and more often in today's NFL, Mike, where on third down, the ball is actually thrown short of the chains, and there's really 2 reasons. 1, teams are a lot more willing to use 4th down, and 2, they have a lot of confidence in these receivers and tight ends and backs to run after the catch.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. There's Zach Taylor as his Bengals make their way back onto the field. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Quickly, this one out to Chase. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down.
Chase. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the
Give it up the middle to Brooks. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
He'll get this complete. It's poked over the middle. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll throw out of the gun. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. A run, and it hurts as we begin the 4th quarter. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down.
3rd down and 11.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a 1st down.
That's another Bengals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the 1st down.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Good blocking to the 15. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. Going to get a stoppage here. We have an injured Bengal on the field. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. This drive has been methodical, but will they turn it into 6 points? It is 1st and goal. That's to the end zone, but they cannot connect. It's incomplete. Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he's close to the goal line, but didn't get in. Good job to make sure he doesn't cross the plane. And he's able to get the ball across the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Bengals. McPherson, good on the extra point. And the Bengals are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He'll step up and run this. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up a 1st down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass. The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
He'll go underneath here. The running back out of the backfield. A couple of 1st downs, and the football is out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Open man, and that's Tillman. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll look to throw yet again. That's caught left side by Odunze. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
A gain of 6. That's another Jaguars 1st down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
6 yards.
And it's caught out wide on the RPO. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That one taken in. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Jacksonville. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. No problem there on the extra point. And the Jaguars are able to edge a bit closer.
Jaguars 7.
So the late score gets them a bit closer to respectability. They'll try to get even closer with an onside kick.
You have no choice. You find yourself down big here late in the 4th quarter, Mike. You got nothing to lose. Give it a shot. Nice job here by the hands team recovering. They're going to take over possession.
The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Out of the gun, he'll throw. To the left side. Caught by Chase. And he's going to have the first down. And that will not officially end it, but for all intents and purposes, they're going to be able to run the clock down from here.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
A tight end in motion now. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happy. Going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
So this one in the win column for the Bengals. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory.